Hello, everyone, and welcome to our sixth webinar. As you already know, I'm Miss Mariela Condorena, and I'm happy to be here with you. Now we are going to remember our network. Please don't forget to join us. We have our Facebook with more than 19,000 members, WhatsApp with more than 300 teachers, 1,000 teachers. On YouTube, 3,040 subscribers, and our Google site with more than 12,500 views. Okay, teachers, so remember that you can join us. Join us right now. Now, please remember that with our webinar series, you can have your certificate of participation, but you have to attend our 10 webinars and our one panel discussion. So you can get our webinar resources. We have our guest speakers will share their resources, and you have to register your attendance, okay? Your registration will provide you with access to webinar resources and certification of participation. So you have to complete our exit ticket, okay? So remember these directions. Please type your questions in the comment section. The answer to your questions and comments will be replied by our guest speaker at the end of the webinar in the question time section. During the live webinar, we will share a link for you to have access to the exit ticket, which will be available for 15 minutes. Remember that with our exit ticket, you can register your attendance, okay? And try to complete all your information here, yeah, and answer some questions about this webinar. So teachers, please pay attention to our guest speaker. Now it's time to know him. Now we are going to know more about the speaker. Please, Miss Yulisa de la Cruz, could you introduce him, please?
Of course, Miss Mary. Welcome everyone to this webinar. It's a pleasure for me to introduce Mr. Jesús Nicho. Jesús earned his MA in Culturally and Linguistically Diverse Education at the University of Colorado, USA. Jesús has worked in the field of second language acquisition for over 10 years. Currently, Jesús is working for DPS as a teacher and social media lead and for UPC in Peru. He was an exchange teacher at BIF and a mentor for early language career teachers at the American Council of the Teaching of Foreign Languages. Finally, he is looking forward to contributing to the education of a student in Peru with an international perspective. The name of this webinar is Writing and the Language of Argumentation. Writing and the Language of Argumentation according to the Currículo Nacional de la EBR, Competence 15, as teacher of English, to present and develop various types of gender in their lesson. In this webinar, we will work on writing and the usage of language of argumentation in a paragraph, which will be based on a current topic. Please help me in welcoming Mr. Jesús Nicho with warm applause. English Teachers in Peru community is waiting for you.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Thank you, Mariela. And to Lisa, Angela. Let me share my screen. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so can you hear me? Yes, we're good. Okay, so hi. So today we're going to be working on the writing and the language of argumentation. Okay, so I really hope that you take away great things from this presentation. And just I wanted to say that you would like to see this presentation, this webinar, from the lens of a teacher, from the lens of a student. And So keep that in mind throughout this session. Okay, so we want to help each other. Writing is a process and takes practice to develop writing. And the language of argumentation, yes, it takes practice too. All right, so today is Saturday 25th, and I really hope and I just thank you for being present. And I know that you are coming from different places in Peru, not only Peru, but also in different parts of the world. All right, so I'm excited to be here with you, and I want you to engage in each activity today. All right. So our norms. So we're going to be using per deck. You know, if you can't use per deck, you can use the YouTube comment section. If you can use per deck, perfect. That's great. So we will be able to see your answers on the spot. And you may want to write your answers, ideas on the comment box section. Use notes, paper, pen, pencil. So whichever you feel comfortable with. And you may want to take screenshots, pictures with your cell phones. And I want you to listen with the intent to understand. I'm going to give you feedback, and I'm going to look for feedback from you too, all right? And then we want you to be present and patient, and more importantly, have fun, all right? Okay, good. So, and let me present the webinar here. Okay, so number one, we're going to be examining argumentative writing and the language being used. So we're talking about writing and the language of argumentation. Number two, identify. We're going to be identifying the structure of an argumentative essay. But today we're going to be looking at smaller piece of writing.
Excuse me, Jesus, excuse me. Can you check your audio? Because the sound isn't clear.
No, it's not clear. Okay, now.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm talking. Yes. No, yes. Okay, let me continue and just stop me. So please. Okay, let me continue. And so we're going to be constructing an argumentative paragraph using language patterns and the language of argumentation. Much better now? No? Is it working? It's the same? No? Yes? Marilla, are you there? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so are you able to listen to me now? Yes?
Yeah, yes, but the sound isn't clear. Is something
I
like
can
this.
listen to you pretty well. So let me see here. Maybe if I move around, that would help.
Maybe without your headphones.
Okay.
Yeah, now.
Okay, now, can you hear me now?
Yes, of course. Great.
Just a second, please, just a second.
Okay.
You know, it's technical things.
And we can fix this right away. Just a second. Let me see if we can fix this.
Again, dear Jesus, without headphones.
Okay, now.
I think without headphones, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, now, yes?
Yes, now, perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. Perfect. So I will share with you the webinar goals. So the first one is going to be examining argumentative writing and the language being used. We're talking about different language patterns as well as the language of argumentation. Number two, we're going to be identify the structure of an argumentative essay, but also we're going to be looking at a short one. And then we're going to be trying to write an argumentative paragraph using language patterns as well as the language of argumentation. Okay, so please, if you just join us, this is our pair deck. Could you just please join us? Let me share the link with the admin team so they can share it with you too. Okay, so just join us if you want to join us with pair deck. If you can't, that's okay. You can use the comment section. So let's see if you can join us. And the code, okay, let me see. Yeah, yes, that's the one. And the code is FHUOTX. That's the code, OTX. That's our access code, FHUOTX. So how about that? Is it working? Let me see here. Yes. Okay. And I may use, let me see if I can. Yeah, we got one student connected, so he just joined. Perfect. That's awesome. All right, let's do the following here. Yes. Okay, we got 4. Yes. So we want more students, please, more. Let's see. Yeah.
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que aprendiste?
Okay. Okay, it says how many do we have here right now? Yep. Okay, we got 30 students, 32. Okay. So let's wait for 25 seconds. Okay. Okay, so that's boom. All right, and that's the code. I don't think we can. All right. So let me go to that access code. Okay. There we go. Boom. Right. Yep. Ada Tito. Yes. Okay, thank you, Ada. All right. So let's continue. So we got, how many students do we have right now? So let's see. We got almost like 40 students. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's continue. All right, so let's do this warm-up activity. What is filling your bucket today, right now? What is filling it? And what's draining it? Okay, so we got 2 things. What is going into and what is going out in your bucket? Okay, so let's see what you have to share. All right, so let's see if we got some responses in the comment here. Oh, hello from the Dominican Republic. Okay, welcome, and Virgen Margarita. All right. Okay. So we also got that info here. So let's see. Yes. Oh, Ayacucho. My name is Elmer. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's see what you're sharing right now. Okay. So we can show some responses in here. And let's see. Okay, so we got some students feeling what okay, water. Okay. All right. Okay, we are just coloring. Okay, yeah. Okay. Feeling, what is it feeling right now? It's just painting. Maybe the person is doing a hobby, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I see that a lot of folks are just drawing, which is perfect, right? So we wanted you to share something that is fulfilling your life right now. So something that is giving you the opportunity to say, I'm okay. I'm okay right now. But on the other side, we have some negative things going on right now in our lives, right? And you say, oh no, what is this happening to me? Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Water and water, yes. Okay, so we got student who says experience and then knowledge. All right. And then we have water. Okay. Okay, perfect. What do we have on YouTube? Let's see. Okay, hi, yeah, nice game. Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, let's go back now. Thank you. So let's see. Okay, so we have some questions and then we want you to answer true or false. All right. So number one, it is true or false. The student communicates in her mother tongue, Spanish, or a native language in Peru, in Spanish as a second language, and in English as a foreign language, in an assertive and responsible manner to interact with other people in different contexts and for different purposes. Is it true or false? What do you say? So we got 3 responses of 77. Is it true? This is based on the perfil de egreso de la educación básica regular. So the graduate profile of regular basic education. Okay, so we got 4 responses of 77. Okay. Okay, true. Those people are saying true, and I agree with you. It is true. Yeah, so the student communicates in his mother tongue, in Spanish as a second language. Because, you know, in Peru, we have communities that they speak native languages, such as Quechua, Aymara, and they're going to be taught Spanish as a second language. But most in Peru, what we learn is English as a foreign language, right? Okay, that's number 1, and let's do number 2, okay? Good, so all of you are saying this is true, which is perfect. Okay, so you and I agree on that. Alrighty, so number 2, according to the Currículo Nacional de Educación Básica, so we say the use of written language to build meanings in the text, right? So we say here, so we are going to, so it is what is it? It is unthinking, reflective, and thoughtful process because it supposes the adaptation, the organization of the texts, considering the texts, the contexts, and the communicative process or purpose. So why do we communicate? Why do we talk? Why do we say something? As well as the permanent review of what is written in order to improve it. So what do you think? Is A, B, or C? So we're talking about writing. We're talking about that process of writing. So let's see. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, Gloria Panta says is reflective. Good. Okay. Hilda Rosario process. And then we have B, Mamani, a reflective, hello from Mexico City. We have a person from Mexico City. Hi, Mexico. And then the reflective. Yes. So the process of writing should be reflective. So because this is an ongoing process, we write, we go over the writing, we continue making improvements, we go back to it, and then we redo things, we check. And this is reflective because we ask other people to go over our writing and we want the person to give us feedback. So based on that feedback, we improve things, right? Okay, Elisa de Caballero B, hello. So most of you, all of you are saying it is reflective process. Okay, so that's number 2. Alrighty, this is our last question. And I want you to look at this, I would say diagram. Elements of an argumentative text or writing. So we have 3 big things. We have the initial framework, we have the development of the topic, and then we have the final framework. In other words, we have the introduction, and then we have the content. We have the paragraph, the body paragraphs, and then we have the conclusion, right? So we present the topic, and then we develop the topic, and then we close the topic. Okay, so we have introduction, we have presentation of the topic, we present the objectives, we present our claims, we just give what are we going to be talking about in the writing. And then we move to, or we continue talking or writing, we can type 1 or more arguments plus 1 or more what? A, counter arguments, ideas, paragraphs, and then we have the conclusion, the closing, the synthesis, we synthesize the discussion, protection, and recapitulation. Okay, so what do you say? A, B, or C? Ding, ding, ding. Gloria Panta says she is saying counter arguments. All right. A. Very good. A. So what else? So Milis Bufro, Bubra, A. Marcos Guaripata, A. Kadri Hulka, A. And let's see here on show responses. Yeah, so the answer is counter arguments. So keep that in mind, please, that when we write an argumentative essay, we need to have an introduction, right? And we take a position. Do we agree or disagree with the topic? Do we need to take one side? Hey, I agree or I disagree, and then you need to present some ideas around it. And then we continue writing the body paragraphs. So we have, if we agree, so we need to present arguments in favor of that agreement. So if we put in the introduction that we agree to the topic that we are discussing, you need to present arguments. So it may be paragraph 1, you agree, and you present ideas, you present some research, you present reasoning, evidence. The next paragraph, you may continue talking about the same agreement. And in the third paragraph, what you need to do is just present what other people say against your position. And you need to address that. And then you conclude. So we have introduction, body paragraph 1 in favor, if you agree. The second paragraph would be in favor, if you agree, of course, and then the counterclaim, the counter argument. And then we have the conclusion. So if you disagree at the beginning, so you start writing your first paragraph, disagreement, the second one will be disagreement, and the last one will be presenting the opposite idea. And then you may refute, you may say, yeah, so we have this idea too, so this is the evidence. But you conclude whatever you put at the beginning. All right, thank you. Okay, that's Spanish, okay, for you our colleagues. All righty, so this is our writing prompt. Okay, so I wanted to say that this is a lesson, okay? This is a lesson that we may, it can be, it's a unit, okay? And this relates to the topic that I presented 3 weeks ago on September the 4th. Do you remember that we were talking about social distancing and how social distancing or the use of social media helps people to maintain a good health and well-being, a good well-being? So that's related to the topic. So this is our writing prompt. So in the 3 weeks, so let's see, this is a 3-week unit, a 3-week unit. It can be more depending on the hours you have with your students, but this is what we have. Writing prompt, should. And remember, we're talking about argumentative writing, and we need to take a position. Do you agree or do you disagree? And this is our writing prompt. Should social media, and we're talking about social media, be used as a tool to improve people's mental health and well-being during times of social distancing? Why or why not? Okay, so that's our prompt. So keep that in mind, please, throughout this session, because we're going to be talking about, we're going to go back to the prompt. Social media be used as a tool to improve people's mental health and well-being during times of coronavirus. What do you say, yes or no? For example, the use of TikTok. Do you think while maintaining social distancing, people are just keeping together or staying together is by using TikTok or sharing TikTok videos? So what do you think? So you need to take a position. You say yes or no. So let me repeat this. Should social media be used as a tool to improve people's mental health? And let's talk about teenagers, okay, especially teenagers, and well-being during the times of coronavirus or social distancing, sorry. Why or why not? Okay, now look at the question at the bottom of the slide. What is the writing prompt asking us to do? Can you answer that, please? What is the writing prompt asking us to do? What do we have to do? What do we have to answer? Okay, I'll give you just 1 minute. So read the prompt and just ask yourself, hey, I got this. So what is the prompt asking me to do? Okay, so let's see what you say. Okay, admin team, yes, can you hear me well? Yes, we're good then? Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you, Maria. Okay, so what is the writing prompt asking us to do? Okay, yeah, we got a response here. It says, oh, let's see, let me share this with you. So, wow, no, I will get lost if I just continue scrolling. So I will say that to you. So we can find the best information in the internet about the pandemic. We can hear you well. Yes, we must take care of ourselves to avoid catching the COVID. There is one thing here. To take a position, yes. To take a position about the use of social media as a tool to improve our health. Yes. And you gotta say, should or shouldn't, right? Should social media be used as a tool or it shouldn't be used as a tool? That's a question. Okay, now you got the writing prompt, and then you need to you have to take a position, right? So you may say, yes, I believe that social media should be used as a tool to improve teenagers' mental health and well-being. Or you may say, no, 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 not at all. I don't know. Social media should not be used as a tool to improve people's or teenagers' mental health during and well-being during times of social distancing. No. So what do you think? Right? So keep that in mind. So that's an argument. You need to argument. You need to argue in favor or against. And we're going to be using different language patterns as well as the language argumentation. Okay? Good. Perfect. Okay, let's practice. Let's practice. Okay? Good. Okay, so here, let me go back to some of the responses here. And then we have I don't know if we have some responses. Oh, yes. So we have create a meaningful, I think that social media could be just an alternative to improve people's mental health during times of social distancing, but not the only strategy. Yes, because personally I believe that the media has a big impact on our lives instead of fake programs, no fake news. It will help young people to relax and learn something, try to encourage. So this person, I don't know the name of the person, but the person just gave us that he agrees. So he's or she is saying that it should be. So social media should be considered as a tool to improve teenagers' mental health and well-being during the time of social distancing. Okay, yes, no. Okay, we have one person that a teacher that no, it should not be used as a tool. Okay. But that person, it'll be yes or no. We need to present arguments. We need to provide a reasoning. We need to use language or grammatical features as well as language argumentation. Okay? Yes, yes. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, good, thank you. Okay, let's practice. Let's get some practice, okay? So today we are going to argue in writing, okay, whether or not social media is a good tool for improving people's health and well-being while practicing social distancing using the language patterns. So remember, this is a 3-4 week unit, and we are just seeing the last stage of the unit. Okay, so you see, in a few minutes, we've done 4 weeks of content and development of skills, but that's fine. We're gonna be practicing. I want you to get some practice, and I want you to identify the language of argumentation. I want you to identify the language that we use or language patterns. We say grammar patterns in the essay. Okay. What else? And then I'm gonna give you more information around that too. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that's our objective for today. Make sure that you know this. So our objective for today is to argue. We are going to argue in writing whether or not social media is a good tool for improving people's health and well-being while practicing social distancing using the language patterns. Okay, good. Okay, now when we write a text, we need to think about grammar, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, please, but this is based on a content-based approach, okay? Remember, content-based approach. So we teach, or students learn language through content. All right. So you may disagree with me the way I present this, but this is what I'm thinking. This is my mindset. Content-based approach. Okay. So we have here the language that students need to use in the writing. So we have present progressive, cause and effect language to express purpose, argumentative language to express probability, comparative adjectives, and subordinating conjunctions. So as you can see, this is the language that the students need to be exposed or presented, because in a 4-week unit or 3-week unit. So by the end of the unit, he will be able to argue, to write, using those different language patterns. Okay? So Jesus, but how is that? Can we do that? Of course, yes, because if it's a 4-week unit, we can develop things in 1 week. So per day, we can present the grammar, we can work around the grammar, we can make it communicative. So we can do different activities for our students to get the language patterns. Okay, so that's number one, the present progressive. I will not teach you this. Okay, I will present this to you only, but then I will share a Google Doc where you will have access to everything that I'm presenting today. Okay, I'll walk you through that document in a few seconds. Okay, so present progressive. So we have a conversation, student 1 and student 2. And student 1 is, what are you doing? What are you doing to practice social distancing? Oh, I'm putting space between myself and others by avoiding large gatherings. So you see, I'm using the present progressive based on the question. The student 3 and 4, are you still staying connected with loved ones? Oh, even though I'm avoiding large gatherings, my family and I are staying connected by playing games remotely. So you see, in those two conversations, we're using the present progressive. Okay, so next. So then we have the cause and effect language. So, and we have to use, in an argumentative writing, we have to use the we have to use the introduction of textual evidence. So we need to reference what other people say about our topic. In our writing, so we can write our experience, we can talk about what we've lived. But, you know, in an argumentative writing, it's a great opportunity for students to reference. So if students read something, or if you've read something, put it in your paper. So according to the text, according to the research, people having less interaction with one another brings about feelings of loneliness and isolation. So here, for instance, I'm using the language of cause and effect, or effect and cause. But also I'm using the introduction, how you can introduce textual evidence or reference some source, a text, a video, or something, or you may have heard a speaker talking about social distancing and the use of social media and how that impacts positively on students well-being, and mental health. So you can use that reference and then you put it in your paper. All right, so and then language to express purpose. So we have in an effort to, used to, or so as to. So why should people who are practicing social distancing work remotely? So you say people who are practicing social distancing should work remotely in an effort to, right? So you're expressing purpose in an effort to limit face-to-face interactions. And then why should people avoid large gatherings? They should avoid large gatherings like movies, concerts, so we are presenting purpose, so as to prevent the spread of the virus. So, Jesus, but do we have to use this language in a composition in our writing? Yes, you have to. You will not use every single language pattern, but we do expect that the student use different bits in their writing. Okay, and then we have the argumentative language. This is argumentative language, right? This is our topic. So we have some language of argumentation: benefit, beneficial, valuable, detriment, downside, detrimental, harmful. And we have the pattern. So for instance, you can say an important benefit of social media is that it can help teenagers to complete their goals. Or a critical detriment of social media is that it can cause anxiety and low self-esteem. So we're using the language of argumentation in the essay. The next one, so we're using moreover, additionally, furthermore. So we're adding more ideas, and then we're using advantageous, beneficial, valuable, detrimental, harmful, and because, right? Examples. So moreover, social media can be advantageous to teenagers because it can motivate them to complete their goals. Or you can say additionally, and we're using those linking words, right? We're using those linking or connecting words. Social media can be harmful to teenagers because it can cause anxiety and low self-esteem. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is a language of truth probability. Yes, teenagers or students who stay connected to their school are more likely to be focused on their schoolwork. And then teenagers who try new things while practicing social distancing are less likely to feel bored. Okay, and then we have can make teens feel, can cause teens to be. Staying connected to school can cause teenagers to be more focused on their schoolwork, or trying new things while practicing social distancing can make teenagers feel more excited and energized. I think we have two more, so we're going to be using these subordinating conjunctions. Even though people are staying away from each other, they are interacting by doing things like waving to each other on the street or saying hello to strangers. Although people are limiting interactions with others, they are showing compassion and kindness to one another by offering help people who are in need, right? And I remember we were doing my little son. He's a 5-year-old son, and last year his friend, it turned 3 years old. So while practicing, we were not able to go to say and embrace her in person. So the mom, what she organized was a drive-through happy birthday. So we were passing by her house and saying happy birthday to her from a distance. We're practicing social distancing, and that's a great thing to do, just to avoid the pandemic, right? All right. So, and then we get to a point where we have to use students' background knowledge, right? All of us, you, the admin team here, and you guys in Peru or Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, or Mexico, all of us has something to say, something to add, something to express concerning social distancing and social media, right? So, but we need to be informed. We need to use some text. So the text will help us get or have more ideas. And we need to, it gotta be sustainable. You need to refer to something in your essay, right? So I'm gonna present to you some text for you, okay? Perfect. Now, pretend, oh no, sorry. Let me do this, sorry. Okay. Now, I'm going to share this with you right away. So this is for you. Okay. So let me share this to everyone here. Okay, so I want you guys to have this document. Okay, so please, if you join us, that will be awesome. And let me put this here too, so you can click and join us. Okay. Let me get some water here. Are you there or no? Okay, so we got one person. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Join us, please join us. So we got 2027. Okay. Okay, so one more time, okay? Just the last time, yes. So this document is live, so you will have access to all the documents in here, okay? So let me give you the content. Let me say what you have in this document. So on page 1 and 2, you'll have a language pattern. Oh, right now you can edit, okay? So you can view the document right now. So you don't have any power to typing or to edit anything, okay? You will do that later, not now. Okay, then page 3, you have, okay, page 1, you have the language patterns. You have what I presented to you. Boom, 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 boom. You have that information. Yes. On page 3, you have a link. Okay. If you open the link, you will have the text. Okay. So the text is about social distancing. And you will have 3 levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 is for low proficiency, and then level 2, mid proficiency, and then level 3, high proficiency. And then you will have a document where you see the original text. Okay, so you will have 4: the low, mid, high, advanced, superior. Okay, and then you go back, and then you will have this analysis. Yes, and then you have the page 5. Yeah, the same text, and we want to be doing some practice there too. And then we have, I'm going to give you 2 essay exemplars, 1 and 2. Okay. All righty, and then we have, you can do it. You can do it. So you can write a short argumentative writing. Okay. So let's see how that goes. So the expectations, are there. And then I'm sharing with you some estrategias de enseñanza para el desarrollo de la competencia escrita argumentativa. Okay, so you have, that's a bonus thing that I'm sharing that with you. All right. Okay, so let's go back to the patterns here. So you have that. Perfect. So that's for you. We are going to be doing our best to reference those slides. Okay, scroll down now. You can scroll down and you go to, just a second, please. Just go to, okay. Now, go to page 4. Page 4. Okay, page 4. Page 4. Okay, you don't have access, so please, I will give you access in a few seconds, okay? So this is my first question to you. So do you remember the prompt? The prompt is, should social media be used as a tool to improve teenagers' mental health and well-being while practicing social distancing? Yes or no? That's our writing prompt. Okay, and let me copy that from here. I don't think I can, but okay, we can do that right away. No worries. Yes, boom, boom, boom. We can do that. So you have that in mind, okay? So let me copy and paste the writing prompt. This is the objective, and this is the writing prompt. Okay, and let's go back to here. That's our writing prompt, and we got a student response here. Okay, you tell me, the student agrees or disagrees? What do you say? Oh, dismissed. What do you say? Nice view, nice view. Yes. Oh, let me give you here. Okay, much better now. Yes. Okay. So let me. This is the student. Oh, just a second, please. Oh no. Yeah. So we got this. Does the student agree or disagree? So the prompt is, should, is the student taking a position? Yes or no? What do you think? Is he or she saying should or shouldn't? Agree. Oh, no, he disagrees. Yes, the student doesn't agree. He's saying social media should not be used as a tool for teenagers to improve health and well-being while practicing social distancing. So he's saying no, he's against. So he's taking a position. Okay. Yeah, the student doesn't agree, right? So he's saying no. Okay. Okay, then so let me go down here. Okay, look at this. One critical detriment to social media is that teenagers can use it as to bully others. So you're saying that he is supporting his argument, his position. So he's saying should not be used as a tool for teens to improve health and well-being while practicing social distancing. And then he's adding one critical detriment, one critical negative thing to social media is that teenagers can use it so as to bully others. So what is the purpose of using social media? To bully others, okay? And then he's continuing adding to support his argument. When teens are being bullied online, they are more likely to feel depressed. So look at that. Depressed. Oh my God, depressed. Yeah. Does it make sense to you? Yeah, when you get bullied or you bully others, the impact that the person will feel or the impact will be negative, something that you don't like. So they are more likely to feel depressed. Yes. And then being alone at home can make it harder for teens to get help because they might feel more uncomfortable reaching out to adults remotely. So if you notice in this excerpt, in this short essay, he is taking a position and then he's supporting his idea. He's supporting his position by saying one critical detriment to social media is that teenagers can use it so as to bully others. And then he's adding about bullied online. So he's giving an example. He's giving the context where kiddos or where teenagers get bullied. And he's saying online. And then he's more likely to feel depressed. So there is going to be a consequence of getting bullied. And then he is mentioning about being alone at home can make it harder for teenagers to get help because they might feel more uncomfortable reaching out to adults remotely. Okay, so he takes a position, then he supports his argument. But look at the end. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that beautiful sentence. It says, while there are a number of teenagers who would use social media appropriately, many would not. So the student is acknowledging a counter argument. So he is saying that, okay, yeah, so I'm just mentioning negative aspects of the use of social media by teenagers. But I also know that there is something positive about the use of social media by teenagers. And right there, so you see it. While there are a number of teenagers who would use social media correctly, with compassion, with kindness, with love, with a positive impact, many would not. Okay? And look at that. Look at this. And this is very important. So the student is doing this. Introducing your topic and claim, presenting evidence and reasoning, addressing counterclaims, and concluding his argument. So take note of that. So we introduce the topic and claim. We present evidence and reasoning, addressing counterclaims, concluding my argument. Okay? All right. Now, I want you to help me. Okay, let's do some hands-on activity now. Okay. So you have the student example, and I want you to highlight. Okay, so let me, now you have the power to edit this document. Okay, let's do that. Ah, okay. It is. Please do not delete anything. Just be careful. All right. Be careful with the document. All right. Done. Okay. Now you tell me in the first paragraph, in this small paragraph, I want you to highlight, if you have access to the document, we want you to highlight the specific language patterns. So benefit, do you see a word that says benefit, advantageous, beneficial, valuable? So please highlight it in here. Do we use so as to, in an effort to be used to? Do you see it here? Please help me. I want your help. Highlight it. And let's see. Okay. Do you have anyone editor? Yeah, you have the power to edit. Okay, shouldn't. So let's do this today. So for example, so we have social media should not be used as a tool for teens to improve health and well-being while practicing social media. Social distancing. And we're using critical here. Critical. Okay. Detriment. Yes, do you say detriment there? Yes. Detriment. Okay. Is that teens can use it to, as to, so as to. Yes. All right. So let's continue. Let's do the second one. V plus verb ing. All right. When teens are being bullied, so yes, are being. So we can highlight that. So we're trying to, we're doing highlighting of the language patterns. And you will see that you will use language of argumentation too. Are being bullied online, they are more likely to, right? Okay, there we go. To feel depressed. Okay, perfect. What about the next one? I can explain how an action affecting health using, likely, for instance. Oh, there is no can. Yes, we use can. All right. Yep, thank you. Yes, more uncomfortable. Yeah, comparative adjectives. So we use it in more comfortable. Yes, thank you. Good. All right. What else? I can express opposing ideas. So while. So we have to present an opposing idea. And that's a good way to present it. While there are a number of teenagers who would use social media correctly, many would not. Okay. Okay. So let's continue. Please. Let's continue. Let's scroll down. Okay. This is our essay exemplar 1. So we got the prompt. Okay, we got the prompt. And please, those students who have access to the document, we want your help. So we want you to highlight, identifying the language patterns and the language of argumentation in the essay. Can you do that, please? Yes. All right. Let's see. Okay. What else? What else can we do here? Okay, we have can. All right, so we got one. What else? Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have valuable. Yes. That's language of argumentation. Advantages. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Again, we're using can. Yeah. Right. Okay. More likely. All right, so we can highlight that. What else do we see here? Okay, so maybe you need to go back and check these slides. But please remember, this is a 4-unit a 3-week unit. Okay, so this is the end. This is a result of what students have been working in 4 weeks or 3 weeks. All right. So you may continue, and then so there is of course we are using the content of social media, right? So we are developing, we're working on vocabulary, we're working on academic vocabulary, we're working on language patterns or grammar patterns. There is language of argumentation there. So all of that can be worked in different weeks, but this is the outcome. This is our writing. So this is our performance-based. So through this, we can see if students have achieved the content language goal. So students is using the content, is students using the language patterns as well as language argumentation. But more importantly, students are just acquiring that skill of writing, arguing, right? Writing, taking positions, giving reasons, establishing references. So referring what somebody said about the topic. So those are skills that we need to work throughout the unit. So for students to write this essay, it's not just one day or a few hours. So we spend some time writing this. Okay. So for instance, this is a student who we spend 2 days or 3 days, because if you check, and you will see that there are some strategies to apply, to use to develop argumentative writing. One of them is peer correction or peer feedback. I'm pretty sure that you've heard of that and you've used that strategy in your classes too. Okay, so thank you. This is one, but now you tell me, let me ask these questions to you. So what do you think about that student? Does he or does she agree? What's his position or her position? Does she think that social media should be used as a tool or should not be used as a tool? I believe that she is saying that she agrees that social media should be used as a tool. Yes. And then, so if she agrees, her position is positive, so she's going to develop ideas or paragraphs in favor of that position. But also she's going to present a counter argument. So she may say, yes, social media should be used as a tool. But on the other side, it shouldn't be. why, and she's going to expand on that idea. Because remember, in argumentative writing, we present ideas in favor, but also we present ideas against our position. So we need to address that. All right. So, and then we have this is, okay, and then, all right, perfect. So that's student. And there is another one. Yeah. It's a exemplar 2. Okay. I don't know if she's here. I don't know, but that student so presented her essay in this way. I mean, she is telling a story in the beginning. So Maria Jose, a 13-year-old student, used to be very lonely, a shy girl in her regular classes. She did not like to participate in class, nor to perform in front of it. Due to the lack of social distancing and mandatory online classes, she has changed a lot. Now she's one of the most outstanding students. Her ability to record her own videos and posting them in social media has made the difference. And so this participant, this student, agrees with the fact that social media can be used as a tool. And she's presenting, she has one paragraph in favor, the second one too, but then she's also presenting a counter argument. And she's developing that idea too. All righty. And then I'm sharing with you, sharing on page 10, on page 10, yes, on page 10. Okay. This is what we wanted to do. Page 10, it is your turn to show off your writing skills. Okay, I'm going to challenge you today. Now, can you write? So we have the student example. We have the target language. And can you write a short argumentative writing? Yes. So what you can do is you can make a copy, and then you write your own stuff. Or if you are brave enough, you can type it here. So you have two choices. And so I think the most useful thing for you to do is just make a copy, right? Make a copy, and then boom, you got your copy. Or you can type it here. Okay. Okay, or if you're using YouTube, you can just write your. Okay, so we got some questions there. Yeah, I love to answer those questions. Yes, you can, yes. Okay, so as you can see, we have a student example. So I'm trying to give you another strategy, which is scaffolding. So we present a model. You do that. I know that you do that we do that in our classes, right? And this is, of course, I mean, this is excellent that we continue supporting our students, giving them examples, modeling, and just giving them supports, okay? And then, please, I will challenge you, if you write your own writing, if you please share it with me, that would be awesome. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to share my email to you. So this is Jesús Nicho, gmail.com. That's my email address. So if you do this, share it with me. Okay. And I will not publish anything. Okay. But I will cherish. Okay. Okay, so you do that in your own time. You have the example. Once you finished, share it with me. JesusNicho@gmail.com. Okay. Now, finally, before the end, page 11, I'm sharing estrategias de enseñanza para el desarrollo de la competencia escrita argumentativa. ¿Ok? Tienen esa información, son varias estrategias que estoy compartiendo con ustedes. Esa es mi introducción. Tienen A, B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Es la referencia, 7 estrategias para desarrollar esa competencia de textos escritos, ¿no? Writing skills, but argumentative writing. Okay, that's for you. Okay. Okay, let me go back now to our presentation. Yes, and then reconnecting. All right. Boom. Okay. This is our final thing. Okay, our final activity. Pretend your friend was absent today from today's webinar. Write what you would say if you had to explain the lesson to your friend. Okay, let's spend 1 minute on this. So pretend your friend was absent from today's webinar. What would you say? What would you say to him? What do you learn? What are you taking away? What are your takeaways from this webinar? Okay. Yeah, I know. 5th and 6th grade. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do it. Joyce Sala, Fayula. Okay, let's see. Okay, so pretend that your friend was absent from today's webinar. What would you say? Okay. Joyce, you said you lost. What do you mean by lost, Janet Joyce? Oh, yeah, okay. You would say it. You missed it. Okay. Thank you, Joyce. Okay. Yes. Be persuasive. Yeah, we're trying to persuade somebody. Yeah, in a way, we're trying to persuade, but we're trying to, in a way, we're doing that. Yeah, of course. Okay. Right. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Reference. Thank you so much. Okay. Gracias. Mariela, por favor.
Thank you so much, dear Jesus, for this outstanding presentation. It was really, really useful and interesting for us as teachers. Now we have some questions for you, dear Jesus. Angelita,
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes.
Here I am. Hello. Thank you so much. Thanks again for this amazing presentation. We really love it. I think all the teachers are more than thankful in this moment. They are all saying thanks from different parts of the world too. And I have this following question from Ms. Nefti, who asks, how could we avoid the copy and paste strategy when dealing with the writing task?
Would you repeat the question, please?
Sure. How could we avoid the copy and paste strategy when dealing with the writing tasks?
Oh, copy and paste. Copy and paste. So I got that problem before. I mean, copy and paste. So my understanding is students copy and paste and then copy and then paste it on their work.
Yeah, or probably
Right?
they
Is that what it is, right?
yes, or maybe
Okay.
they use this Google Translator instead of indeed writing.
So there are different things, there are different factors why students do that. So we're talking about motivation, we're talking about lack of knowledge, we're talking about lack of interest. And also we're talking about a discipline, but principles. If we allow, or if a student copy and paste a work, that is not ethical. And we need to address that. So in our classrooms, we need to discuss about how important is to value others' work, but also spend time on our own writing. So those factors might influence a student to just copy and paste. There might be other factors, but we need to have a group discussion or one-on-one conversation with that student and say, hey, what you're writing is not you, doesn't represent you as a student. And just try to persuade him or her to do his or her best to present his own ideas.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much. I have another question from Ms. Monica Flores. She asks, why is it important to teach argumentative texts?
When we do these kind of activities, we're developing competences. We're developing competences. And according to Minedu, and all, we know that we have people from different countries right now. So we want our students to develop the competence of writing. And writing argumentative is just a key element. All the time, we breathe, we go outside. We need to argue in a positive ways, right? Giving reasons, provide references, why we do this. We're just presenting the ideas depending on what we do, but also there are people that may disagree with us, right? And we need to continue supporting what we think, what we believe is correct. So the topic that we discuss about social distancing, social media, many people may say, no, we don't want this to be considered as a tool. But I disagree with you because from my own perspective, it can be used as a tool. So we are giving students the skills, the practice, the time, that whatever they do in the classroom will be transferable to what they do on a daily basis outside the classroom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
About that, I have another question here from. Wait a second.
Yeah, we got many questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to catch some right. From Ms. Brigida Huanca, she asks, how can we introduce these argumentative texts in public schools, considering that the level is not that high, maybe?
Oh, so this topic was presented in a way for teachers, and teachers have the power to adapt materials. So we can teach argumentative writing to students if we only have a 2-hour class per week. So it's a matter of just sitting down and think about what we want our students to learn. But yes, we can do this, but it is up to what we have or what we want our students to learn. So doing this content-based approach, we usually do the backwards planning, the backwards design. So what we want our students to learn by the end of these certain period of classes. I know because I come from a public schools in Peru. So if you have teacher from Fe Alegría, I am one. I remember having just 2 hour, 45-minute each classes of English, which is not enough, right? But we can do things. Despite having struggles and difficulties, we can present. We may lower the level of difficulty that we presented today. Mhm.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of hard. Indeed, it is hard to teach writing.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And let me say this, writing takes time. Writing is practice, practice, practice. And so we need to continue pushing our students that writing is not only just to turn in some work, but it will just go outside the classroom. Yeah, we need to continue pushing and just embracing the idea that a reading goes along with writing. We may have background knowledge, which is perfect. All of us, we do have that, but we need to continue pushing our students to continue reading, read, write. They go together too.
Yeah, they do go together. I have a last question here from teacher Rodrigo Panduro. Well, he also says that writing is not an easy task for students to get engaged. So how can we get them motivated enough to make them develop this competence? What tips can you give us?
I mean, I know that we have assigned topics. I mean, we need to develop certain topics or things in the curriculum, right? But we need to think that our students, especially teenagers, okay, because I teach high school and higher education too, and I taught elementary students as well. But we need to give them what they want. I mean, in a way, or teach something, or just find texts that they like. I know it is hard. I know, but we need to continue pushing. We need to continue persuading our students that they need to do that. We need to find different strategies. That's why we're teachers. Find different strategies to have them like the text that we're presenting to them. I know that teachers may say, Jesus, but yeah, saying is you say it, but the real thing is in the classroom. I taught public schools, and I know how it is. But despite teaching, I mean, despite having things against us, we can do things, and we can talk with students, and we can persuade them to do things for the benefit of their learning. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you so much for everything that you told us today, and it was an amazing presentation. I want to invite you to stay with us for a little bit more, because now comes the next part of this webinar. Thanks again.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Now it's time to know our next webinar. So, Miss Pamela Salazar, can you invite our audience, please? Are you there, dear Pamela? Yes, Pamelita. Hello. Can you hear me? Pamela. Okay, the teachers, for the next webinar, we have, okay, Pamela, can you invite our audience to the next webinar, please? because I can hear you. Oh, okay, you can unmute. Wait a second, please.
I can present him. You want me to present? No,
Maybe.
why not?
So she has some problems with her audio. She says that she can't unmute. Maybe teacher Jose, can we help her? Okay.
Ariela, do you want me to present, to introduce Leo Mercado?
Yeah, yes, of course, no
I can
problem.
do that, of course, yeah.
Yes?
Leonardo Mercado,
Yeah, okay, thank you, dear Jesus.
Leo
So
has
invite
been,
our audience to the Leonardo Mercado's webinar. Continue, dear Jesus.
yeah, of course. Leo has been in the educational field for more than 25 years. Over the years, he has led large-scale projects with Peru's Ministry of Education and other public and private entities. As a speaker, he has presented in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and most of Latin America, including TESOL, International IELTT, MEX, TESOL, ABLA, and others. Successful teaching with the 4 Ds, today and tomorrow. The 4D model for quality language learning is the conceptual framework that classifies the second language teaching and learning process into the 4 Ds: interactional, dynamics, language 2, which is English output dynamics, motivational dynamics, and tech dynamics. It is designed to optimize the lesson planning process to achieve the highest degree of teaching efficacy in terms of face-to-face and visual classroom practice. It serves as a guide for teachers to maximize their students' success. Saturday, October 2nd, from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., which is a different time, right?
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much, dear
Yeah.
Jesus. Para la próxima semana, entonces, a toda la audiencia, ya saben, tenemos a Leonardo Mercado con este gran webinar. El horario va a cambiar, justamente como lo mencionaba hace un minutito, Mr. Nicho, va a ser de 7:30 a 9:30 por un tema de disposición de tiempo de nuestro speaker. Ya conocemos también la calidad de las exposiciones que realiza Mr. Mercado, la gran trayectoria que tiene. Vamos a aprender, creo, una estrategia, un modelo, ¿no? The 4Ds. Que es usado para la enseñanza del idioma inglés, muy, muy interesante, así que esperamos tenerlos a todos para la próxima semana. No olviden, por favor, sábado 2 de octubre a partir de las 7:30 de la noche, así que agendado, por favor. Bien, vamos a continuar entonces con la parte, con una parte muy importante. Aquí tengo que dar algunas instrucciones que deben de quedar bien, bien claras para que podamos completar nuestro registro de asistencia a través de nuestro Exit Ticket. El Exit Ticket es el que ven a continuación, pueden capturar pantalla, seguramente ya lo están fijando, ya lo van a fijar ahí en los comentarios en YouTube, en la parte de arriba, en la misma página de English Teachers in Peru lo va a estar fijando, así que atentos ahí también, igual lo están compartiendo, ¿ok? Empieza como siempre, https://cut.ly/ las siglas de nuestro ciclo de webinars, IELTT, Intensive English Language Teacher Training, y el número del webinar que es 6TH en minúscula. Ojo con eso, ¿sí? Recuerden que se respeta mayúscula y minúscula. Algo muy importante que debemos decirles también, dentro de cada Exit ticket, cada vez que ustedes llenan el formulario, no solamente van a completar sus datos, ¿no? Que son muy importantes que estén correctos, porque si no colocamos el correo electrónico de manera correcta, si se nos va un espacio, si se nos va un punto o algo, entonces con toda la razón nunca va a poder llegarles los recursos que comparten nuestros ponentes con nosotros, porque se los hacemos llegar a través del correo, pues porque está mal digitado. Mucho cuidado con ello, por favor. Mucho cuidado también con poner siempre correctamente su nombre y apellido. Recuerden que una vez que termine el ciclo de webinars, la constancia va a llevar justamente los nombres y apellidos que ustedes registran en su exit ticket. Por otro lado, también importante, estamos considerando lo siguiente, puesto que nuestros speakers, nuestros invitados, tal como lo ha hecho el día de hoy, Mr. Nicho, ha hecho un excelente webinar, ha compartido estrategias interesantes, una forma bastante útil, bastante sencilla de poder enseñar este skill que para nosotros es tan difícil que es el writing. Sé que muchos hemos estado muy atentos, por tal razón creo que lo que voy a indicar no va a ser nada difícil para ustedes. Siempre llegan 3 preguntitas, ¿verdad? De esas 3 preguntitas, como mínimo deberían de estar bien 2. Por ahí puede que en una fallemos, pero si estamos atentos en los webinars, mínimamente debemos de tener 2 correctas, ¿sí? Para el envío de los recursos. Vamos a considerar eso, teachers, porque, bueno, lamentablemente hemos visto que en algunos webinars han llenado el exit ticket y han contestado las preguntas, pero a veces están o una o todas están mal y eso quiere decir que por ahí de repente no hemos atendido mucho en alguna parte, así que atentos, por favor, durante todo el tiempo de la transmisión, no solamente en la última parte, sino toda la transmisión, porque son aprendizajes que realmente nos van a nutrir mucho. Bien, con esto entonces estamos terminando ya, no sin antes mencionar siempre al maravilloso equipo de maestros, English Teachers in Peru, que nos acompañan, que forman parte del equipo administrativo, a cada uno de ellos que hace posible que nosotros podamos realizar, organizar estos webinars para todos ustedes, que también hacen posible que ustedes puedan estar en nuestros grupos de WhatsApp en donde interactúan a diario, comparten material a diario, en nuestro grupo de Facebook donde nuestros administradores comparten sus recursos propios, comparten estrategias, materiales, y donde muchos docentes, muchos de ustedes, querida comunidad, porque sin ustedes, queridos maestros, pues la esencia de esta comunidad no sería nada, ¿no? La solidaridad se mantiene gracias a ese desprendimiento que cada uno de ustedes tiene compartiendo todo su material, compartiendo sus ideas, compartiendo sus experiencias dentro de nuestra comunidad English Teachers in Perú. A cada uno de mis colegas administradores que el día de hoy están presentes y que no, un abrazo de parte de toda la comunidad en agradecimiento también a ustedes, a la gran labor que realizan y al tiempo que dan para la comunidad, sin recibir más que la gratitud enorme de todos los maestros a cambio, que es bastante, ¿verdad? Bien, entonces vamos encendiendo las pantallitas. Sí, vamos encendiendo nuestras pantallitas. Ya está, ya estamos por ahí. Miss Angelita, mi Julisa, estimado Jesús, espero que esté por ahí todavía. Pamelita,
Sí,
que
sí,
creo
por
que...
acá estoy aquí todavía.
No, no te preocupes. Pamelita, que hoy día ha tenido algunos problemas técnicos, quería que toda la comunidad escuche su voz, que se haga sentir también como administradora, pero bueno, a veces el internet nos juega malas pasadas y a mal tiempo buena cara. Hemos tenido a Super Jesús Nicho, que ha venido a compartir él. Muchísimas gracias la invitación para la próxima semana. Bien, entonces terminamos el día de hoy, querido Jesús, no sin antes, a nombre de toda la comunidad English Teachers in Perú, darte un agradecimiento de todo corazón por el tiempo que tomas para compartir todos tus conocimientos con nosotros, por la calidad de persona que eres, una persona muy, muy sencilla. De repente la audiencia, la comunidad te puede ver mediante esta transmisión, pero más allá de eso hay una conversación que se da previa con tu persona. Acá también hay una conversación entre todos nosotros tu persona, esa humildad, y con todo lo que tienes, con todo lo que conoces, siempre estás queriendo compartir. Lo has hecho hoy día y creo que se han quedado muy contentos. Las dudas siempre surgen en todo momento. Creo que la mayoría de ellas han sido disipadas. Sabemos que este contexto es un contexto difícil, que realmente el writing es una habilidad que también no es fácil de poderla lograr. Incluso cuando estamos en el contexto, cuando hemos estado en el contexto presencial, seguramente tú, Jesús, lo sabes, todos lo sabemos. Creo que siempre las habilidades productivas son las que más nos cuestan, ¿no? Speaking, writing, y sabemos que los maestros estamos haciendo todo lo posible para poder dar la talla en este contexto tan difícil. Y este webinar es una herramienta más para todos nosotros. Muchísimas gracias a ti, Jesús, por darnos esa herramienta, porque gracias a ti es que muchos estamos conociendo cosas nuevas, vamos a aplicar estrategias nuevas, vamos a probar y así seguramente vamos a mejorar. Muchísimas gracias, Jesús, una vez más.
No, a ustedes, gracias por la oportunidad, por esas lindas palabras, y a todos ustedes también. Aquellos profesores que han estado presentes, presente, porque uno puede estar presente y ya, ¿no? Muchas gracias. Este trabajo de escritura toma tiempo. Todos los estudiantes están creando su propia interlengua. Hay un desarrollo de esa interlengua. Entonces, es importante, hay que desarrollarla, hay que practicar, práctica, es full práctica, exposición, mucha exposición, práctica. ¿Ok? Un fuerte abrazo a todos ustedes y nos vemos en otra oportunidad. Yulisa, Mariela, Salazar y a todos los profesores que están detrás. Un fuerte abrazo de mi parte y de mi familia. Cuídense. Chao.
Bye, bye, Jesús. Muchísimas gracias a ti por estar con nosotros. Con ustedes ha estado el día de hoy también Miss Ángela Salazar. Angelita, nos despedimos ya. Miss Yulisa de la Cruz. El día de hoy a Miss Yulisa, que muchos la conocen bastante por la comunidad, ya la han conocido bien en la transmisión también. Esperamos verla también seguido. Miss Pamela Salazar, que yo sé que está por ahí. No puede decir ni adiós porque está con los problemas tecnológicos, pero gracias, Pamelita linda, te tenemos presente también, y a teacher José Ortega, que siempre está durante toda la transmisión. A todos teachers, que pasen un bonito fin de semana. Bye, bye.